This is Cyprus, a country in the Mediterranean between Turkey, Egypt, and Syria. It is comprised of one continuous island with a large thorn jutting off the northeastern part, with a large mountain range bisecting the island east to west. Yet, how simple this island looks, the political borders tell a drastically different story. In the southern part of the island, you got the actual country of Cyprus, but on the other side, there's the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, a de facto state that comprises the northeastern portion of the island. Only by Turkey, Northern Cyprus is considered by the international community to be part of the Republic of Cyprus. The reason for Turkey claiming Cyprus is because Turkey claimed that under the 1960 Treaty of Guarantee, the coup was sufficient reason for military action to protect the Turkish Cypriot population, which comprised 18% of the island's population at the time, and thus Turkey invaded Cyprus on the 20th July of 1974. Turkish forces proceeded to take over the northern 4/11ths of the island. In between these two sides is the UN buffer zone. After 1974, most of Cyprus Greek and Turkish Cypriots have lived separately in the northern and southern regions of the island that are currently divided by a UN-controlled buffer zone. The buffer zone, also called the Green Line, extends approximately 180 kilometers across the island. In some parts of Nicosia, it is only a few meters wide, while in other areas it is a few kilometers wide. Speaking about Nicosia or Lefkosia, it's the capital of Cyprus, yet it's bisected right in half by a buffer zone. Even the old airport, which got abandoned, is claimed by it. Nowadays, you need to take a flight to Erkan or Larnaca airport, one for each of the sides. The buffer zone also has some weird demarcations like surrounding the entire town of Akinkilan or Lorogina. But that's not all, since Akrotiri and Dhekelia, which are British military bases that act as territories and are the last remnants of former British occupation since the island was a British colony. The territory serves as an important role as a station for a signals intelligence and provides a biostrategic part of the United Kingdom's surveillance gathering network in the Mediterranean and the Middle East. By the way, these two chunks of UK territory are even stranger. Akrotiri isn't that weird, it's just a peninsula claimed by the UK in the southern part of the island, but Dhekelia is 1,000 times crazier. First off, it has 4 enclaves inside of it, all part of Cyprus, the towns of Xilotimpu and Ormidea, as well as a power plant bisected by a British road. Wow, I really keep using the word bisect in this video. If you look to the northeast of Dhekelia, there's the Ios Nikolaou station, a garrison which is connected by an extremely thin corridor with a road running through the middle called the Akana Road, which is 10 kilometers long. Dhekelia itself cuts off a large part of the Republic of Cyprus and also part of the buffer zone. And to top it off, a small exclave of northern Cyprus is surrounded by a buffer zone and houses the small town of Erenköy. You might be asking, how did this get the way it does? Well, initially with the occupation of the island by the British Empire from the Ottoman Empire in 1878 and subsequent annexation in 1914, the Cyprus dispute referred to general conflicts between Greek and Turkish islanders. The problem entered its current phase in the aftermath of the aforementioned 1974 invasion of Cyprus, occupying the northern third of Cyprus. Although the invasion was triggered by the 1974 Cypriot coup d'etat, Turkish forces refused to depart after the legitimate government was restored. The Turkish Cypriot leadership later declared independence as the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, although only Turkey has considered the move legal, while there continues to be broad international opposition to Northern Cyprus independence. According to the European Court of Human Rights, the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus should be considered a puppet state under effective Turkish occupation and legitimately belongs to Cyprus. The United Nations Security Council Resolution 550 of 1984 calls for members of the United Nations to not recognize the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. As a result of the two communities and the guarantor countries committing themselves to finding a peaceful solution to the dispute, the United Nations maintains a buffer zone, also known as the Green Line, to avoid any further intercommunal tensions and hostilities. This zone separates the southern areas of the Republic of Cyprus, which are predominantly inhabited by the Greek Cypriots, from the northern areas where Turkish Cypriots reside. The Greek coup and Turkish invasion resulted in thousands of Cypriot casualties. The government of Cyprus reported providing for 200,000 refugees. 160,000 Greek Cypriots living in the Turkish-occupied northern region fled before Turkish forces or were evicted. They have made up about 82% of the region's population. The United Nations approved the voluntary resettlement of the remaining 51,000 Turkish Cypriots in the south and northern area. Many have fled to British areas and awaited permission to migrate to the Turkish-controlled area. In 1997, the basic parameters of the Cyprus dispute changed. A decision by the European Union to open up accession negotiations with the Republic of Cyprus created a new catalyst for a settlement. Among those who supported the move, the argument was made that Turkey could not have a veto on Cypriot accession and that the negotiations would encourage all sides to be more moderate. Subdivision-wise, the island is divided into 6 districts. 3 of them, Larnaca, Nicosia, and Famagusta, are divided by the buffer zone. And so that is the weird and quirky reality of the internal borders of Cyprus. Subscribe for more.